Hi, meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Tuesday edition of the Carolina Weather Video here. Second attempt had some software issues the first time through, so we'll see if this works here. The second attempt, kind of go through this fairly quickly. Got a lot to talk about in terms of where the pattern's headed, and of course the storm system this weekend. First of all, we have one more push of this colder air moving here into the eastern part of the country. One more reinforcing shot of chillier air before we get into a milder pattern overall. And we'll see highs today, upper 30s to lower 40s, and a pretty cold night tonight before a more marked warm-up settles in later this week. The radar pretty quiet in much of the central and eastern part of the country. Had some radar returns swinging through overnight. The air mass was too dry for most of that to reach the ground, though. But this is the real deal. Western part of North America seeing an active period setting up, and this is our next significant storm system cruising across the Pacific, and that's going to move through here this weekend. A lot of model disagreement with the details of that. I'll get into that as the video unfolds. First of all, 6C GFS. This is today. Looking at, again, one more shot of this chillier air. So upper 30s to lower 40s today. Lows tonight, lower 20s, even some upper teens in some spots. So one more push of this colder air. But tomorrow, we'll be well up into the mid to upper 40s for highs. We go out to Thursday, probably talking low to mid 50s, maybe mid to upper 50s here on Friday, depending on how much cloud cover moves in ahead of that next storm system. And the models are in pretty good agreement through Friday. All models indicate this area of low pressure beginning to develop into the Gulf of Mexico by the time Friday night rolls around. But from there, the solutions diverge. Let me show you the GFS first. It takes that low toward the Florida Panhandle by midday Saturday, and then just off the Carolina coast Sunday. And that brings a very chilly rain, and it is very close. A lot of cold air damming showing up here Saturday night into Sunday. It's very close to indicating some freezing rain Saturday night into Sunday morning for the foothills and maybe the northwestern Piedmont. Now, that's the GFS. The European, much different. It really cranks that surface low up into the Tennessee Valley. Eventually, you do get secondary development off the Carolina coast, but this one's mainly the main driving influence here, so you end up with a lot of very mild air on the European into the Carolinas, and it ends up just a nice soaking rain Saturday night into Sunday, much milder than the GFS. But let's go to some of the other modeling. The European really is on its own with that scenario. This is the Canadian, 0Z Sunday, so this is 7 p.m. Saturday evening, low pressure near southeastern Louisiana. It then develops toward the Florida Panhandle Sunday morning, and by Sunday evening, it's developing off the coast. So the Canadian, too, a more suppressed and chilly solution. Some cold air damming showing up on the Canadian as well. The Navy no gaps, also with a southerly solution. No main low cranking in the Tennessee Valley. It is a more southern and chilly solution. And finally, the UK Met is in agreement as well. More of a southern and chillier solution. So I think with the weekend system, the European is by itself, indicating that milder solution with that main low in the Tennessee Valley. So I've gone with the chillier solution this morning, and I've gone with an all-liquid solution for the Piedmont as well, but it'll be close if that more suppressed solution verifies. It'll all depend on how much cold air damming we see. If we do get a more pronounced cold air damming signature moving in Saturday night and Sunday, could be some freezing rain issues. We'll have to watch that. It at least bears watching. But again, for this morning, I've gone with an all-liquid forecast for the weekend. But it could be a close call in some spots if we get that southern solution to verify. Let's talk about where we're headed. This is today's 7 to 10 average of the European model on the left, GFS on the right. Both models are in agreement. Trough in western North America. Ridge in eastern North America, exactly the opposite of what we've seen so far this month. And the PNA indicating that as well, as the positive PNA indicates ridging in western North America, and it trends back toward neutral. So that western North America ridge collapsing. But I think this is important. The Arctic Oscillation, although it'll spike back toward neutral through the mid-month stretch here, it does plunge back toward negative. So there's still going to be some cold air around on this side of the globe. It's just a matter of getting the upper air pattern to allow that cold air to come back south again, and when that might occur. So let me show you the 0Z GFS, couple random panels here. This is the 21st, and high pressure offshore, mild pattern. A storm system cruising by way off to the north here on the 23rd. Rain, even some thunderstorm chances if that's correct. We go out a couple days later. This is 0Z on the 25th, and another low well off to the north. But notice all this cold air up here in Canada. And the GFS begins to crank that western Canada ridge again by the 27th, and that allows another pretty good blast of cold air in here by the 26th or 27th of the month. So I certainly think we're getting a reprieve from the cold pattern here for the next couple of weeks, but I do believe by the end of January, or certainly by the beginning of February, we're going to get back into a cold pattern. And if that subtropical branch of the jet stream stays active like it will over the next couple of weeks, a cold and stormy pattern as we head into February. So a nice chance to warm up. I know, snow fans, this is tough to have a stretch in January where we're going to have milder weather, but I don't think by any stretch of the imagination winter is over. Pattern loaded, it looks like, as we get toward the end of January and February, if it unfolds like I envision it right now. So we just have this milder stretch here coming up over the next couple of weeks. Hey, enjoy it. Get outside. Enjoy the milder weather, but we are going to have storm systems and some rain at times, certainly, over the next couple of weeks. And we'll watch that weekend storm system carefully. All right, that's it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.